Before I forget, if you haven't already and you are new here, hi, welcome. My name is Alyssa. If you wouldn't mind hitting that description, no. Welcome. My name is Alyssa. I promise not all of my videos are this insane. Once I get into my new apartment, they'll be much more organized. So stick around if you are interested in these kinds of videos. Generally, they are more organized. Hi everyone. My name is Alyssa, and this is the 5 Foot Test Kitchen. Today we will be doing the January baking challenge for Sally's baking addiction, which is homemade artisan bread. It's only 4 ingredients, and I'm super excited about it because I've never really made bread, maybe like once or twice a long time ago when I was in a foods and nutrition class, but I've never made it on my own, so I'm super excited to try this. So it looks pretty simple and self-explanatory. It's going to be across 2 different days, so I'm going to make some now, keep it overnight, and then finish it tomorrow. So you will see a little change in scenery as we go. Yes, there are cookies cooking in the background. I'm baking a lot today because it is moving day. That is why we are making this dough in my KitchenAid mixing bowl, because it's the only mixing bowl big enough to do this right now that is not packed. So let's get into the baking. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. If you are new here, welcome. I will be uploading every Wednesday and Saturday until the end of February, and then come March, I will be doing Thursday and Sunday. So if that sounds interesting, hit that subscribe button and join our baking family. I will be doing lifestyle videos as well. I am in the process of moving, like I mentioned, so you will see how that goes as well. So let's get started. I'm super excited to be doing this baking challenge. I've never really done something like this before. It's over on Instagram for the most part, so don't forget to hit up my Instagram page, 5 Foot Test Kitchen. That'll be linked down below as well. So now that we've had a super long intro, all 4 ingredients that you will need are 3 1/4 cups bread flour, and you'll probably need a little more for your hands later on in the pan. But she says to use bread flour. You can use regular flour, but since this is only 4 ingredients, she recommends you really should use bread flour. You will need instant yeast. Again, if you want to use active dry yeast, you can, but it will take a little bit longer to prove. So she recommends, again, use the instant yeast, or else you're going to have it set on the counter for a little bit longer for it to get bigger in size. You will also need coarse salt and cool water. So to start off, you are going to whisk the flour, yeast, and salt together, which I already did, and then we are going to pour in the water, and we'll start mixing it with a rubber spatula. It says it's going to start dry and shaggy, but keep mixing, and if you need to use your hands, it will eventually become sticky and form into a ball in the bowl. So let's get started. This is a new process for me, so we'll see how it goes. So I'm not a huge bread eater. I think many of you probably already know that. I've probably mentioned it before, but I am really excited to try this out. And I think my husband and coworkers will really enjoy it as well. I'm also making a spinach artichoke dip. I can't remember if that'll be up before or after this, but I think this will taste really good to be trying it out. It's part of my Healthy Unhealthy series. If you haven't checked that out, go. I'll link it in the cards above and link the playlist in the description box below. That's been really fun to make, all the different kinds, and this is going to go with those. So I'm doing a healthy and unhealthy artichoke dip, and I think this will taste super good with that. So this is supposed to come into a sticky ball in the bowl. So I don't know if I have to keep going with this, or if I just got super lucky. But this looks like it should be good. It's nice sticky ball. So make sure we get everything added. But this doesn't look dry, and it doesn't look shaggy. So I don't know. What do you think? This looks good to me. Looks like bread dough. So sticky, and it's in a ball. Alright, that was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. They made it seem like it was going to be like super, super, super challenging. So far so good. We are going to cover this tightly with plastic wrap and set at room temp to rise for 2 to 3 hours, and it will about double in size and stick to the sides and have lots of bubbles. So I'm excited to see how that goes. I will check in quickly before I stick it in the fridge, because once it has doubled in size, you're going to stick it in the fridge for 12 hours to 3 days. So it is 5:23 on Saturday, so hopefully I'm not going to wake up at 5:30 to make this bread. So tomorrow afternoon we'll be making it and see how it goes, and it should have good flavor. She says the longer you keep it in the fridge, the more flavor there will be. So I will stop by before we go, kind of more vlog style, to show how it's going before I stick that in the fridge after it has hopefully doubled in size. So stick around to see how it goes. Alright everyone, back from dinner, and we see that the bread has definitely doubled. It's kind of hard to tell where it is, but it's in my little KitchenAid thing, like you know. So it has definitely doubled and super bubbly like she said it was going to be. So we are going to get this in the fridge for overnight, and then I will be back tomorrow to make the bread. I'm super excited for this. It looks really, really good, and it'll be delicious to eat with this spinach artichoke dip that I will be also making tomorrow. Have a good night, or another 5 seconds, because in your time it'll be 5 seconds. Alright, so the dough is out of the fridge, and it was in there for about 18 hours-ish, maybe a little bit longer. I put it in around 6 o'clock last night, and it's like 4 p.m. the next day, so just about 18 to 20 hours. If I could do that math, it'd be a lot better. It'd be 22 hours, Alyssa. You can do this. So I'm going to lightly, let me get all of my notes, because there are a lot of notes for this. Again, you can keep it in the fridge for up to 3 days, and that'll get you a lot of flavor for that. And then I lightly dusted baking sheets with flour, and then you're going to turn the cold dough out on the floured surface and then cut it in half with a knife, or if you have a bench scraper. And you may ask, Alyssa, everything else in your kitchen is packed up. Why is the bench scraper not packed up? If you watched my what I got for Christmas, I got this for my Christmas, and it was in like a little basket of things that didn't get packed up yet because they were Christmas gifts, so that's why that's out. So if you haven't seen that already, I'll link it in the cards above. It's a pretty interesting video. I got a lot of new YouTube and baking related things that I shared. So I am going to use 2 different trays. This one is just a reusable one that we had laying around. It's not ideal, but we're going to use it because that's what we have right now, and I don't think both loaves are going to fit on this. So I'm going to lightly, I'm going to turn the cold dough out on the floured surface and then cut it in half. And then we are going to shape it into 2 long loaves, 9 by 3 inches. 9 inches by 3 inches. So almost there. If I'm doing this wrong, let me know in the comments below. I've never done this before. Looks pretty good. Ooh, that was super loud, sorry. Alright, so we're going to try to cut this in half. Alright. Seems like we successfully did that. Alright. So let's get a little more flour real fast before I try to turn this around. So let's add a little more flour into our hands so that when we move this. Alright. Let's move this out of the way. Alright, let's see how long this is. So this is 6 inches. I'd say that's pretty close. Hot dog, we did that one. All right. And then let's get this one formed. All right, just about there. All right, and if you had bigger sheet trays, you could obviously put this on one large one. It says just try to keep them about 3 inches apart, or else they're going to end up melding together. So I'm going to cover these loosely and let them sit on the counter for 45 minutes so that they'll just rise just a little bit more before we put them in the oven. And before we put them in the oven, I will come back and give you some more instructions, so stick around. Alright, so the loaves are ready to go. They've rested for about 45 minutes. Hopefully the oven gets to 475 in the next few minutes so we can get them in there. So, when we are ready to bake, we are going to use a knife or a bread lame and score the loaves with 3 slashes about 1/2 inch deep. So, we are going to do that. So, see if my knife is sharp enough. I'm not sure if it is. So that's fun. So we are going to put it in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes or until golden brown. You're going to gently tap the loaves to see if they're hollow. Another thing she says you can do is pour boiling water in the pan on the bottom rack for a slightly crispier crust. I'm not going to do that because I just can't be bothered for that. We'll see. Maybe next time. If this turns out really poorly, the next time we will do that. It'll be a fun little experiment to see if that helps or not. But today we are going to just not do that because, as you know, it's just getting a little bit crazy here and we are not doing everything 100% correctly. So once the oven gets to 475, I will put that in for 20 to 25 minutes. So stick around to see how that goes. All right, everyone. So the long-awaited bread is out of the oven, and I could not be more excited with how it turned out. I'm so pumped that this actually turned out. Listen to it. Hollow. It's crusty. Anyone that's watching, I did wash my hands, I promise. So I'm super excited to try this out. It smells like bread. Like I've said, I'm not a bread person, but I'm so excited to try this out with this spinach dip. So if you haven't already seen my spinach dip video, go watch that. I will link it in the description box. I'm super excited to try this out. That bread is so good. And look, you can see the pockets. It's nice and crusty. That's really, really good. There's only 4 ingredients. I thought bread was going to be so hard to make. But if I can make it with all the limited resources that I had, you can make it. I promise. You should try it out and do this sometime. It's so good. So if you do, let me know in the comments down below. Show me a picture. Did you participate in Sally's Baking Addiction Challenge? If you did, let me know. I'd love to see it. I'm going to be scrolling through all the Instagram photos of that. And this picture will definitely be going up on Instagram. So stop by there for mine as well, 5 Foot Test Kitchen. And if you haven't already, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you will be notified when my next video will be up. If I remember correctly, I think this is the Wednesday before the Saturday that I will be taking off. I am moving, like I've said 8,000 times in these last 4 videos, but I am taking that Saturday off because we will be unpacking and I don't want to be trying to be like, I need to upload a video. And I have been pre-filming, but I'm just running out of time. I'm just not going to get them all done, and we're taking vacation at the end of the month, so it's going to be a little bit crazy here, so I don't want to do too many extra videos that I just can't keep up. But there will be an extra video coming next week, so I will be catching up. So you will get like 4 videos in 2 weeks. So you still get to see me a decent amount. So if you make this for the Super Bowl so you can put your spinach dip on it, let me know. I think that'd be a really cool treat to have some fresh bread. And it's super simple. Like, it really wasn't that hard. So let me know. And as always, I hope you have a nice night, morning, or afternoon, wherever you are. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.